cars the ultimate evolution of a full-bodied racing machine.
We just saw the four-time champ Kenny Bernstein. Here's his opponent in the second round. This is Tom Hoover of Minneapolis, unleashing all of that power to get those rear tires hot, sticky, and ready to race. Tom Hoover saw a real renaissance in his career late last season. A lot of big things expected from the man from Minneapolis. The engine in his car, as always, prepared by his 83-year-old father, George.
And in the first round, Hoover found himself up against John Force, the quickest qualifier in the field, the man that we saw win the Winston Finals last fall here on Sports World. And this matchup produced a twofold surprise. First, it was Hoover off the line beating Force. Then Force had no parachute. He couldn't stop the car. And look at the result. Was okay, but as you might imagine, he had a lot to say when he got out.
Chutes didn't come out. Tore him clear of the roof. I was going to make the curve. I wasn't going to roll her. I thought I could put her in the sand, but she bit. She bit in head first.
I mean, any driver would have done what you were doing. You weren't carrying that much speed.
No, I was trying to get the chutes out. I was trying to make a decision here. I just said she ain't going to make that curve. I ain't going to look like no fool here and have her flip over. And I said, put her in the sand, but I never thought she had dug in. That baby dipped on me, hooked the nose, and what a ride.
Your family's down here, John. Let them know you're okay.
I'm okay.
Always the showman, Force and his family climbed on the tow truck with the damaged body of the car and drew the plaudits of an amazed Pomona crowd. And Gary, win or lose, there's always a story where John Force is concerned. And so now Tom Hoover faces Kenny Bernstein and his brilliant crew chief, Dale Armstrong.
Kenny won his fourth consecutive title last season. That ties the mark held by Don the Snake Prudhomme, and he set sail here at Pomona for what could be a fifth title, unprecedented in NHRA drag racing.
And Bernstein struggled to make the field. He did not get in until his final qualifying pass. He had been 18th on the list. And off the line, Bernstein with the advantage. The luck has run out for Hoover. Bernstein moves to the semifinal round. 5:43, 269 miles per hour. Our next pairing has Chris Lane going against Mark Oswald. This is Oswald in the Candies and Hughes machine getting powered up. He eliminated Ed McCulloch in the first round. And in so doing, picked up lane choice for this second round competition against Lane. Oswald, the perennial runner-up, it seems, to Kenny Bernstein in the championship chase, has suddenly elected now to change lanes. He wants to go in the lane where Bernstein just ran the 5:43, and that'll put Chris Lane on the side of the track where Tom Hoover just had control problems. Steve?
Well, the experience of the four-time championship team is really starting to show. A 5:43 may be all this track will take from a funny car.
Yeah, it may be. It's hard to tell up there, but obviously it's good enough to get to the third round, and that's what you're all doing it for. We thought it might go a little quicker, but I actually softened it a little on that run on the starting line.
You're going to have to keep your eye on the weather. The sun is out right now. That'll make a difference.
Oh, yeah, it will. It'll warm it up a little, but, you know, it's pretty cool out here now. I don't think it's going to change a whole lot between now unless we get to the final and it's nighttime.
Hope we see you there.
Thank you, Steve.
So Kenny Bernstein advances. Veteran NHRA starter Buster Couch watching as Oswald now backs up after his burnout, getting into position for his side-by-side run with Chris Lane.
Mark Oswald, a pro driver, a native of Cincinnati, Ohio, driving for Candies and Hughes for the 6th year. Chris Lane has been a funny car competitor for many years, but always on a local basis, primarily in his home state of Arizona. But what fun he is having here. A potential of a semi-final round berth at the Chief Auto Parts Winternationals. A dream come true.
Lane on the near side, the 15th quickest qualifier, going against Oswald, who has 13 career victories to his credit, and he has made the switch of the lanes. He thinks he has the upper hand. Both cars sideways off the line, both men back into it. Oswald with the advantage, but here comes Lane, and Lane with a stunning upset. Forget the numbers. Both men had problems, but it's Lane who advances, and Mark Oswald is eliminated in a giant surprise.
In replay, watch the car in the far lane, the scoop on top of the hood. Those are the butterfly injectors. Now, when the tires break loose, watch how hard Oswald tries to regain traction. That's what they call pedaling one of these cars.
So after the major surprise, the crowd of some 50,000 settling back, getting ready for the next pairing. John Martin will be going against Bruce Larson.
And Eddie Hill isn't the only fuel racer to have engine problems. That man, Bruce Larson, is on his third engine in that Oldsmobile-bodied car. He's just got to pray right now, Gary, that it holds together for the duration of the event if he can keep on winning.
Larson eliminated Don Prudhomme in the first round, and he's ready now to go against John Martin, a veteran driver from Southern California, who is the 8th quickest qualifier in the field.
Now, John Martin has had a certain amount of success here at Pomona. He's been to the semifinals on 2 occasions, so Martin will not be an easy one for Bruce Larson. Larson, who won his first NHRA event last season.
On the near side of the track, Larson with the advantage. He'll have the victory easily. Problems developing for Martin, and Larson with a 5:32. That equals the qualifying time that was #1 for John Force.
And Gary, remember that smoke you pointed out on Mark Oswald's car? Well, Mark just told us the supercharger drive belt came off. He had no power to hold off Chris Lane.
Meanwhile, back in the pit area, we're watching activity around the Dennis Forcell machine. The top fueler is getting maintenance. They're getting set for a semifinal matchup with Gary Ormsby. That could be a classic. Now, Steve is standing by with Bruce Larson.
Well, here is the man that has the competition shaking their heads, Bruce Larson. Another 5:32. 2 in a row.
Great. Glad to hear that. I shut off early again.
That's only 200ths away from a world record on a racetrack some call less than ideal.
Well, something's really puzzling us. The air's so good that it's fooled us. We've used up 3 engines in the last 2 days, and it keeps burning it down. The air is fantastic, and we like the track. The track's terrific.
All right, keep this one in one piece, huh?
Oh, we sure will. Thanks a lot.
Oh, boy, is he on a roll.
So back-to-back rounds of 5:32 for Bruce Larson. He's a happy man, and he'll be facing in the semifinals either this man, Jim White, who upset the second quick qualifier Mike Dunn in the first round, or Art Hendy, who eliminated Scott Coletta in the first round.
Local driver Art Hendy has done an amazing conversion from alcohol to nitro, jumping into the pros. Jim White, he is from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the latest driver for Roland Leon. In fact, he is the 18th driver to wheel a race car for the man from Hawaii.
White on the near side, Hendy to his left, both men inching into position. Off the line, advantage goes to White. And an easy victory for White, but a big puff of smoke at the end of a 5:55 run. The speed really dropped to 216 miles per hour. He may have damaged the power plant. He'll go against Bruce Larson. Larson will have lane choice in the first semifinal pairing. The second matchup, Bernstein against Lane. Bernstein with a quicker ET for lane selection.